Hello, my name is Alexander Armenkov. Today is 27th of October 2022 and I'm continuing my series Reality Subject to Influence. Today my weight is 111.7 kilograms for those of you that are seeing what I'm doing with my weight. And I would like to speak to you today about the topic that is something that we all of us are doing constantly and daily, and this is our doingness. We as human beings have two states that we are constantly in. One of the state is called the beingness, who we are, what is our state, what are we in the moment as a mindset, as a heart set, as a gut set, and everything that we are. And the second part of us is what we are constantly and daily involved in. This is the part that is called doingness. I don't know if it's a problem or not, but this is how we are created. We are created beings that for a reason comes here in this plane of the physical matter reality we call the earth with needs. And when we have these needs, we need to do something. We need to have doingness in order to supply our needs and in order to sustain the life that we have. So it doesn't matter what we think or what we want or what we dream of. The important thing is how we are constructed, and we are constructed to be workers on this planet, to be beings that are doing things in this realm. So if we are anyhow people or beings that are achieving and that are producing on a daily basis, we are something like a mini factories in the reality, and we are constantly doing. Why doing is important? Because our expression of our inner being through the doingness is actually constantly showing us who we are and what is our beingness in the moment. Everything that we constantly produce in the reality is actually giving us a feedback of who we are in the moment of our doingness and what we are expressing in the outer realities. Some of us are overachievers. It's so easy for them to do, it's so easy for them to express in the outer reality, and they are constantly achieving a lot of things. For some of us, because of our internal being awareness, it is very hard to decide what exactly we want to be involved in and what actually we are going to commit to into the outer reality in order to perform our doingness. The problem is that if we as human beings focus only on this part of us, which is the doingness, and all the extrovert, all the people that are very aware of the outer reality and they want to constantly express themselves through doingness in the outer reality, they have problem with their inner reality. The people that don't like so much to go into the doingness mode, more of them have problem with their outer realities. And they prefer to stay in their inner worlds, and they're the so-called introvert. So among us, there are people that are much more willing and capable and able and skillful into doing this, and there are such of us that are more able and capable in beingness. But anyhow, because we are put here into this reality, we need to understand that daily we are actually doing a lot of things, and because of this, there are actually three parts of our standing into the reality. One of the things is the beingness, who we are, what is our positioning, what is our state in the moment. The second part is the doingness, what we are expressing today, on how many realms we are affecting, where are we influencing reality, in what aspects of life we are doing it. Are we leaders? Are we followers? Are we normal workers? Are we managers? What are we expressing from ourselves in our daily reality? But all of us are workers in a sense, but it doesn't mean that we are workers only when we go to work in order to sustain ourselves with money and to survive. We are constantly having doingness in our relationships, in our families, in our environment, in every area of life. So the third thing, which is beingness, doingness, the third thing is the so-called havingness. What in our environment we are surrounded with because of the effects of our presence here in this realm. We are surrounded with houses, with friends, with families, with circumstances that we are constantly creating for ourselves. Some of us looks like that they have a lot of probabilities and a lot of possibilities because of the things they have. So they can have a very big havingness, so to say. But in order to be balanced, if you only think that you are what you have, then you have a problem. If you think that you are only what you do, then we have a problem, all of us. If we think that we are only the beingness, then still we have a problem. Because if we have only one doingness, only two beingness, or only two havingness, we are disbalanced and we are not whole and we are dysfunctional in some of the areas of life. So it is good when we are aware about our beingness, our doingness, and our havingness. What we are surrounding with in the physical materiality. Here are our objects that we own and that we have. Daily when we open our eyes, we see our houses, we see our factories, we see our workers, we see our countries, we see everything that we have been able to surround with in our environment. And that's why I strongly propose the idea that each of us is an individual being that have a body, but also every one of us have a specific reality that we are creating around us based on our relationships, based on the surroundings, based on the circumstances that we are constantly involved in. So this is my job as a ruling reality coach, to help you understand why your reality is as it is and how to constantly interact with your reality, to understand it, to embrace it, to acknowledge it, to accept it, to surrender, to let go, but also to be the ruler of your beingness, doingness, and havingness. So this is very important when you want to actually be stable in reality, and when you want actually to constantly be aware and never to ignore some of the parts that you can really perform. And this is part of me that is constantly going into doingness of new things, and I like to express myself through doingness. Of course, I strongly and deeply work with my beingness because I constantly spot in my reality the effects that me as a being is causing in this reality. And based on this feedback, I'm constantly being aware about who I am, and I'm learning about myself through my expressions in the doingness and the havingness. Am I sluggish with my heaviness? Where are my assets? Where is everything that I own or I'm surrounded with? I'm having a family. Am I sluggish with my family? I'm having a company and co-workers. How I'm performing on a daily basis in this area of life. I'm having a country. What I'm giving as a human being for my country. I'm having a planet. What is my impact on the planet, and so on and so on. So we are having things, we are doing things, and we are. So this is it for today. Work strongly with these three parts of the being and enjoy little by little every part of you, because we not only are here to consume life and just to experience life, but we are also here to perform, to express, and to influence in life through our doingness. Because one day, according to some of the books, we are going to be assessed and we are going to have an accountancy about and based on our doingness. Not on what we think that we were during these periods, but what we have done. Not upon what we had while we were here in this experience and what we were able to accumulate. I know a lot of us are strongly involved and are willing to participate in this game of life where we are competing about having. But if we start competing about doing more deep things, more beneficial for other things, and so on and so on, if we concentrate on this doingness, which is of course not possible without we being who we are, and when we are disappointed of our doingness or from our havingness, it's better to look at our beingness and say, well, who I actually need to express and what parts of myself I need to express in order to influence and affect my doingness and my havingness. So instead of all of us complaining, let us grasp these principles of doingness, beingness, and havingness, and everything starts with the beingness. And then it goes so much more deeper and deeper into this reality ruling and the construct, and that's why I have created a program called Ruling Reality Basics. You can go to my webpage and look about it. You can follow me also on YouTube. I'm posting constantly on LinkedIn and Facebook. But anyhow, we are put in this construct and we need to know how we are created to be rulers in this reality. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Enjoy being, enjoy doing, and enjoy having.